Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am the Caffeinated Crafter. Today is I don't know, it's Saturday. We're in March. This is going to be a whip and chat. As you can see, this is different from the last canvas that I did. A whip and chat with. That one was Starry Night. This one is Divine Instinct from Diamond Art Club. I got a picture of it here. Isn't that pretty? My oldest son, my 9-year-old, picked this one out on their site. And yeah, it's really cool. I can't remember the artist. It looks like it would be a JoJo's art, and I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure this is not JoJo's art, but it does look like it could be. But yeah, this is really cool. It's got 3 ABs, white, which goes here in the moon, and yellow, which goes around the eyes here, and then they have a blue, but I don't remember where the blue goes. And maybe in the eyes, like maybe in the actual eyes. I don't remember. Anyway, so that's the picture of it. I've already started this, and I funny story. I had actually I filmed a whip and chat earlier this afternoon, and I hadn't even started. I have been trying to figure out why my phone is being an a-hole, because it's not like, I don't know, it's weird. It's not like saving the video so that I can upload it. Like, I can watch it on my iMovie app. That's where I go to like combine the, if I have multiple clips that need to go together. That's the app that I use. I use iMovie. Never had an issue with that before. Today, for some reason, it did the movie, but it's not saving it to my phone. So I can't upload it. And I don't really feel like messing with it anymore. So I say, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to go ahead and refilm it. I mean, it was a bit long anyway, so I'm going to try to do a shorter one. I did this section in the whip and chat, and then I did this section here while I was like going back to, like, you know, I was like trying to let everything play out, thinking maybe I needed to just let the video play out on iMovie for it to save it. Yeah, no. Anyway, so now I'm going to do this section while I do whip and chat take 2. Okay, so anywho, oh, right. So I wanted to show you guys real quick. This is what I do with my canvases. This is just duct tape. Like, literally duct tape. Rip a strip off, rip that strip in half, slap it on the canvas. Then you can just lift this. Let me move this. Then you can just lift this up. And what I do is, when I'm doing a new section, if you can see right here where it's split, I cut in between. I cut like halfway down the tape. And then that gives me like kind of like, you know, a quote unquote stopping point for where I need to stop putting drills down. Get like a border, basically, of, you know, where I can stop putting drills down. And gives me a sense of accomplishment when I finish everything within there, within that section. Plus, you know, gives me like a visual of where I can stop, instead of thinking that, you know, if you just peel the clear plastic back and you're putting drills down and you're not paying attention, you could end up just putting a drill on top of the clear plastic, and of course it's not going to stick. Yeah, so anywho, so I got my little plastic section piece over here so that if I have to put it down and walk away for a little while, I can just do that to protect it. And then peel it up when I'm ready to work on it again. And then I just throw that piece away when I'm done. with that section. So anyway, yeah, I'm super excited about this one here because it's quite pretty, very cool looking. And like I said, my oldest one saw this on their website, and he was very excited about it. He thought it looked really nifty. So I would like to do this and hang it up in their bedroom, in my kids' bedroom. So update on my kitty cat. He is doing much, much better. He completed his antibiotic, and he actually goes back to the vet tomorrow morning for a checkup. I'm going to drop him off in the morning, and they'll test his urine and make sure that he's all cleared up from that UTI that he had. I think he will be. He seems to be acting like his normal self. I mean, he was kind of before anyway, but he's not spending all day in the litter box trying to go pee like he was before. So I'm quite happy with that. What else is going on in my life? Oh, we go on vacation next weekend. I'm very excited. I'm excited because we're going on vacation. I'm not excited because I don't really have the PTO to take an entire week off, but plane tickets have been purchased. Cabin has been rented. And I already told the kids' school that I do not need them for their spring camp because it's during their spring break. So if I said, forget it, we're not doing the trip because I don't have the PTO, I would still have to take off a week of work because I don't have anybody to watch the kids that week while they're on spring break. So, but my parents are taking us on vacation up to Asheville, North Carolina. I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. Got a big cabin up in the mountains, and my stepdad sent me pictures of the cabin. And oh God. Oh, sorry. I'm tired. My stepdad sent me pictures of the cabin, and I showed the kids, and they are so excited. It looks so peaceful. I can't wait. Like, I already talked to my boss and about how the hours work because we get paid bi-weekly. So I said, if I work less than 40 hours one week, then can I make up for it by working more the following week? Like, the other week of the pay period, and it'll make up for the hours that I'm missing. I said, because some places are 40 hours per week, period. And then some are, if you work 37 hours one week and 43 hours the next week, it all balances out. And so she said she thought that it would she thought that it was combined. Like, I could make up the hours with because of me not having 40 hours of PTO, because I've had to take off so much time due to either illness or the kids having days off of school for various reasons. And I think that starts like this coming week. So I'm probably going to be staying late at work, but at least an hour. I think I'm going to try to get up early and get into work an hour earlier than I normally show up, and then stay an hour late. I mean, it's not like I'm going to be riding the clock and stealing time. I can very easily find stuff to do. She has been wanting me to work on almost like an orientation binder of basically these are the items, you know, you need to have if we're going to be doing like a procedure of some sort, or, you know, if we're going to be doing a breast expander fill, or, you know, this is how you navigate the charting system in the computer, which totally sucks, by the way. I hate our charting, but anyway, stuff like that. So she's been wanting me to work on that, and I just frankly haven't had the time during our normal working hours because we've been so busy. So I think that if I can get into work early enough and stay late at work this coming week, I will work on that while I'm trying to make up the hours that I won't be working while we are gone. And I heard that there is I already forgot the name of it. I heard that there is a cross stitch store nearby Asheville. So I think I'm going to talk my mom. Well, not really talk my mom. She'll be more than happy to go with me. She loves that stuff too. Oh, maybe I could even get her to buy me some stuff. That'd be nice. But anyway, there's a CrossFit store in a small town over near Asheville that I think I'm going to try to check out. I got to go back on Facebook and find out the name and like screenshot it, because I Googled it earlier, pulled it up on Google Maps, and I found it, and then I deleted it because I was looking for something else on Google Maps, and now I done forgot what the stupid store was called. Nice job, Jen. So anyway, anywho, oh, so I was going to finish this tag that I did the first half of the tag when I did my first WIP and chat. So I'm going to do the other half of the tag now. Let's see if I can keep this video under an hour. I mean, if y'all have seen any of my other ones, you know that ain't going to happen. But here's to hoping. All right, so second half of the tag. It's a total of 30 questions. I am on question number 16, and it's a get to know me tag. All right, so number 16, what is your favorite movie? I have many favorite movies. Most all of them are from the 80s. And I can't even like, I don't know. I could spend 2 hours talking about all my favorite movies, and they're all my favorites for different reasons, because of their, you know, how funny they are, the jokes, the memories I have from watching them, you know, all kinds of stuff. So, let's see. A Christmas Story is one of my favorites. That one is actually a family favorite. We used to play a trivia game every year. We actually had literally a trivia game, like Trivial Pursuit, but it wasn't Trivial Pursuit. It was a Christmas Story trivia. I mean, we had like a BB gun with a little plaque on it that was, you'll shoot your eye out, champions. I mean, it was, yeah, it was very extreme. We don't play it anymore. That was back when I was with my ex, and my mom and my first stepdad were still together, and, you know, my sister on that side of my family actually spent time with us, and not really so much anymore. That happens, and, you know, they are no longer together. I am no longer with my ex, hence me calling him the ex. So anyway, yeah, so we don't play that game anymore. But my whole family loves that movie. Some of my other favorite movies are Spaceballs. Love that movie. Three Amigos. I'm not really going into too much detail on these movies because they are all older movies. And I think just about everybody has heard of these movies. If you haven't, just Google them. Because they're all like, you know, they're from when I was a kid. So they're very old. So let me see. Three Amigos. Jesus. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The one with Gene Wilder, not the one with Johnny Depp. I love Johnny Depp to death, but that version was very, very weird. Not really my cup of tea. I do love the Gene Wilder one though. Oh, love it. Sing along with it all the time. Not going to sing on here though because my singing voice is horrific. Let me see what else. While You Were Sleeping with Sandra Bullock. Love that one. Oh, My Cousin Vinny. That one is one of my all-time favorites. And National Lampoon's Vacation, the one where they go to Wally World in California. I actually just watched that one last night on Hulu. I was so excited when I saw it on Hulu. I was like, ah! I had to watch it. Oh, I forgot. Like, it's one of those things where, you know, like you forget how much you love a movie until you start watching it again. Oh, it was so great. And like when I was like, you know, when I watched it when I was a kid, I thought it was funny. And watching it now as an adult, as a parent, that, you know, if you're a parent and you have ever tried to plan any kind of event or trip or anything, I totally understand where Chevy Chase where his character was coming from. I get it. I get why he went crazy, you know, regarding, you know, going and getting that gun and, you know, I understand. I can empathize with him because holy cow, I think everything that happened to them in the movie, I think I would have been so mad. All right. So let me see. Number 17, who are your favorite YouTubers? I talked about that in the first Whip and Chat when I did the first half of it. Hold on. Sorry, I keep yawning. I think that my body is trying to tell me that I'm getting old. It's like my body's like prepping me for doomsday or something because I turned 40 this year. And all week long, I've been getting tired at like an early hour. Like there was a couple nights that in the past few weeks, there's been a couple nights where I went to bed at 8:30. The only time I've done that is when I've been sick. And I'm not sick right now, but I've been so exhausted. And my sister joked that it's because I turned 40 this year and my body is just prepping me for becoming old. Very well could be. So anyway, I apologize for the yawning. All right. So anyway, oh God, here we go. Jesus. All right. Number 18. Do you speak any languages and how well? I speak a little bit of Spanish. Wish I spoke it better because there's a lot of Spanish speakers in my area. I live in Central Florida. So we have a lot of Puerto Ricans and Cubans and Mexicans that don't speak English very well or at all. And it would be nice, because I am in healthcare, it would be nice if I could communicate with my patients. I do have a coworker that will translate for me. And my doctor, my surgeon, speaks Spanish because he is from Argentina. So that is nice that that, you know, he is bilingual, and we do have a bilingual, one of the girls that works with me is bilingual. So that does come in handy. But I do wish that I understand some of it. Like there was this one time, so I work in a teaching hospital, so we have residents and you know, the doctors in training. And so we get and of course, you know, we end up getting the year one residents, which if anybody has ever worked in healthcare knows that's like those are the newbies. Like, remember the first year of Grey's Anatomy on TV? Like that level. They are literally like, you know, they're still in diapers compared to the other doctors, right? They look to everybody for a lot of guidance, this, that, and the other. And so we get a new resident, you know, they're on a surgical, you know, the surgical residents do rotations. And so they do 1 month rotations in plastics. And so we get a different resident every month, but there's only a handful of them. So we get them, we get them repeatedly. And so this, one of the residents, I think he's from Puerto Rico. And he was sitting in the office, and I know him pretty well because this is like his second go round with us. And so I stick my head in my surgeon's office to ask him something or just to say hi. I can't remember why I went in there, and I waved over at the resident and he waved back, and they were speaking in Spanish, right? And my surgeon looks over at me. And I can't remember exactly what he said. He said, que carajo, something, something, something. I can't remember the rest of it. But that means, what the fuck? And I know the gist of what he was saying. He was basically saying, what the fuck do you want? You know, I mean, he was totally joking. He was not like being an asshole about it. But I just like, my mouth dropped open and I was like, I busted out laughing, and so did the resident. And then they both realized that I knew what he said. And then they both kind of like were surprised. And the resident was like, I didn't think you spoke Spanish. I was like, well, I don't very well. I said, but I do understand some of it. And I was like, I totally understood what you just said to me, sir. Looking at my doctor, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then he started laughing. But anyway, wow, that was a big tangent on do I speak any languages? Anyway, God bless. I thought I was almost done with this color. I got this section down here too. Anyway, all right, so moving on. Number 19, are you single or taken? I am single. I have been divorced for 2 years. I actually have not been on a date since I got divorced. I am okay with that. I spent the first, you know, I've been spending this time kind of decompressing and enjoying my free time that I do have, because, you know, like this week I don't have my kids. They're with their dad. And so it's kind of nice that I don't have to answer to anybody, and I can basically, you know, my time is my time. I don't have to worry about trying to fit anybody else into my time when I don't have my kids. Because when I have my kids, it's me and them, and, you know, my life revolves around them when they're with me. So it's nice to just not have anybody else to worry about when they're not here. So, I mean, it would be kind of nice to have somebody that I was dating, but I mean, you know, if someone comes into my life, then so be it. But I'm not gonna do the online dating thing. I did the online dating thing for a little while, way back in the day. That's how me and my ex had met, actually. And I mean, it worked. Apparently, we were together for 12 years, but I don't really want to go through that again. I'm good. If somebody comes into my life, then it's meant to be. And if nobody comes into my life, then I'm meant to be single, and that's okay. Because the reason why we got divorced was because I did not want to be married anymore. I didn't want to be with anybody. So, anywho, was that all this color? Yes, oh, nope, missed one. Okay, is that all that color? I can fit a couple up here. Hang on. So anywho, let me just get these up here because I can see them when the tape is down, and it's bugging me just a little bit. There we go. Okay. Let me see. 20. What is your idea of your dream date? The last time I filmed this, when I filmed this a little while ago, I made a joke. I said April 25th because it's not too hot and it's not too cold. All you need is a light jacket. I made myself laugh with that one. That's from Miss Congeniality, if anybody is familiar with that. But, you know, now that this is my second time filming this, it's not as funny to me anymore. But I still wanted to say that. Anyway, my idea of my dream date would be to go somewhere that I could eat all the foods. My dream date would consist of a lot of eating and then just walking around. Like, it's hard to describe. Not like shopping, like I want my guy to take me shopping. But like like in the movies, they have like the downtown area where everything's lit up and people are walking around and just, looking at shit and talking to each other. That kind of stuff. Where you can hold a conversation with somebody, but there's enough stuff going on around you that if the date is not going very well, you got the other stuff to like kind of distract you. I don't like movies as dates, like as first dates anyway. Maybe even second or third. I don't know. I think movies need to be done a little ways down the road, because unless you plan on spending like 6 hours with the person, going to a movie takes up a good chunk of time that you can't talk to the person. So, I don't know. Let me see. So yeah, dinner and walking around an entertaining area like a boardwalk or an outdoor mall or somewhere that would give you something to do or talk about. All right, so let me see, where am I at? Number 21. How long was your longest relationship? That would be with my ex-husband. We were together for 12 years. Got together in 2005. We did have a break. 2006, we split up. End of 2006, we got back together in 2007. But I mean, we had broken up for less than a year, so we never really counted that as being apart. So anyway, we were together for 12 years. Got together in 2005, split up end of 2017. And then our divorce was final at the beginning of 2018. 22. How would you describe your fashion sense? I would say casual and comfortable. I am a jeans and t-shirt kind of gal. I will dress up if I have to, but I prefer a pair of jeans and a comfy shirt. Yes, jeans. Pants that go down to my ankles. Yes, I live in Florida, and yeah, it's like 90 degrees the majority of the days here, but I've lived here since I was 5, and I don't know, I kind of got used to the heat, And I'm not really, like, if I'm going to be outside all day, then absolutely I will wear shorts. Because, yeah, that is a bit extreme to wear pants like that when you're outside doing some kind of fun activity. But, I mean, for the most part, I stay indoors because I burn very, very easily. I am pasty white. And if I'm out in the sun for too long, I will burn like nobody's business. So I try to not stay outside for too long. I need to put some wax in here. This is getting on my nerves. So I spend most of my time indoors, and indoors it's like 50 freaking degrees because nobody knows how to regulate their air conditioner. So everybody keeps their, hold on. I put wax in my pen, then I put a drill down, and of course, you know, the excess wax all comes out. God bless. Anyway, nobody knows how to regulate their air conditioner, so it is always freezing inside all the buildings. And if I'm inside all day in a freezing building, I'm going to want to be warm, hence the pants. And I actually bring a jacket with me everywhere I go too. So anyway, number 23, what is your go-to hairstyle? I either wear it up in a ponytail / bun, where it's like I do the ponytail, but I don't pull the hair all the way through. I leave it like in that loop, you know, or I put it halfway up. If I'm going to be inside most of the day, I'll go ahead and do halfway up. But if I'm going to be outdoors or in the car or whatever, I will go ahead and just do the ponytail thing. And it also depends on how my hair is behaving that day. Because like right now I have it halfway up. But if it's being a butthead, I throw it up in a ponytail. I'm like, I'm not messing with you. I just throw it up in a ponytail. I spray my hair so that it doesn't completely like fall out of the ponytail. My hair is very fine. I can't do a whole lot with it to where it'll stay. It'll look good for like 5 minutes. Then as soon as you step outside, it just starts going flat. I've had so many hairdressers be like, oh, I can get it to stay, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, good luck. Good luck with that. Yeah, no. You want to know how bad my hair is? When I was 13, I got a perm. A perm. My perm fell out within a day or two. And no, I didn't wash it. I did exactly what I was supposed to do. And it just flattened out. How sad is that? My freaking perm fell out. My hair is just that terrible. If I didn't have so many scars on my head, I would probably just shave my head and be done with it. Let me see. 24. How many siblings do you have? I have a half sister. She's 10 years younger than me. And that's on my dad's side. And then I have my stepsister from my mom's second marriage. She's a year younger than me. Her and I grew up together. We were pretty close growing up. We aren't really so much anymore, being adults. We just, I don't know. It's, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, I feel like if we weren't family, we actually probably would not be friends. We just have different viewpoints on a lot of different things. We lead very different lives. So, but she's my sister, so of course I'm going to keep talking to her. But yeah, I feel like if we weren't, and which is sad because, I mean, we've been sisters since we were, 4 and 5 years old. So, and, she's 38 and I'm 39. So 35 years and we barely speak to each other. Anyway, so I have her. Then my mom's third marriage brought in my stepbrother, who is in his early 20s, and two more stepsisters. One of them I am pretty close with. She's in her late 20s. I'm not the best with ages. I think she turns 27 this year. Yeah, I think she turns 27 this year. And then my other stepsister, not sure how old she is. I think she might be a year or so older than my stepbrother. He's like 23. I think she might be like, oh shit, no, she just posted on Facebook today. She turned 30. Yeah, she turned 30. Okay, never mind. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so yeah, my other stepsister is 30. I actually have never met her. We're friends on Facebook, but I've never met her. She lives in Jacksonville, and she's, I don't know. She only contacts my stepdad when she wants something. Like when she wants him to give her money, or she wants him to buy her something. That's the only time she contacts him. And I don't really like that. I don't like contacting. I don't like it when people don't talk to somebody, especially like a parent. And then out of the blue, they're like, hey, yeah, I want to buy a house. Can I borrow 10,000? Can you give me $10,000? That's not why she contacted him, but it's just something I just thought about. So yeah, she's been down here quite a few times in this area. Her mother actually lives like 45 minutes from me, like right in between me and my parents. So not even 45, I'd say maybe 30 minutes. And she comes down, she'll visit her mother, and she will not ever contact me, reach out to me to meet up or what have you. So, F her. I really don't give a shit. So yeah, 4 sisters and 1 brother. And I really only enjoy talking to my brother and one of my sisters. Let me see. 25. What is your go-to fast food order? Where am I ordering from? Because, yeah, am I getting Mexican? Am I getting chicken? Am I getting burgers? Where am I ordering from? My favorite place, I don't really get fast food anymore. I mean, everybody knows it's not like the healthiest thing for you, but it's expensive. It's expensive, and so I try to not order it. I mean, yeah, you can order off the dollar menu, but my kids eat like adults. So it can cost, almost $30 for us to just go to McDonald's and eat. I'd rather spend that $30 on a week's worth of groceries, So, anywho, if I do order fast food, my favorite place to order from is Chick-fil-A. I do love their chicken sandwiches. That's one of the few fast food places that I can eat at and not feel like a fat ass after, I like their Chick-fil-A Deluxe, which is, it's their chicken sandwich with lettuce, tomato, and pickles and cheese. And then I get their fries. Breakfast wise, they've got the chicken minis, which are so good. It's their chicken nuggets nestled inside a tiny, tiny little biscuit brushed with a little bit of honey. Oh my God. It is so flippin' good. I love their chicken minis. And their their burritos, their breakfast burritos. Oh, to die for. They're so good. Although they did change them. They used to put like the onions and peppers, like fajita onions and peppers in their burritos. And that's what really like made it awesome. And they don't do that anymore. At least the one by me doesn't. It's just the chicken, the eggs, and the cheese. I mean, it's still good. I think they put do they put tater tots in it? I think they might put tater tots. I don't remember. I think they might put tater tots in it. But I wish they would put the onions and peppers back in the burritos, because that really, really made it taste really good. Anyway, moving on. Number 26, do you use a PC or a Mac? I use a PC. I think it might be an HP. I think. I don't remember. I don't use it very often. I mainly use my phone for everything. I can't afford a Mac. Macs are expensive. Plus, I know people that use Macs, and they're a little confusing to me. So, I have my PC, my laptop. It suits me fine for when I need to use it. Number 27, your most memorable vacation memory. So it's not my most favorite memory, but it is my most memorable one. I almost did not get to go on my cruise last year that I went on. It was kind of the fault of me, my mom, and my stepdad. So it was going on the cruise was going to be myself, my children, and my mom and my stepfather. They wanted us to go on a cruise with them. And I was like, okay. I have not been on a cruise since I was like 15. And the kids had never been on a cruise. They were super excited. My parents are like cruise masters. I mean, they're both platinum members on Carnival and, you know, this, that, and the other. Multiple cruises a year. Whatever. So anyway, I asked my mother on the way there. I don't have a passport, right? Because I don't really travel. I need to get a passport, but I don't have a passport. So I have my birth certificate, which has, and my driver's license. But I also have my marriage license. Even though I'm not married anymore, I have my marriage license because my driver's license has my married name. And my birth certificate is my maiden name. I never went back to my maiden name after I got divorced because I wanted to make it easier for the kids by keeping the same last name as them, right? So I had all that stuff, right? I mean, I made sure it was very easily accessible. It was in a Ziploc bag. Like as soon as you open up my suitcase, it's right there on top. Because I didn't want to stick it in my purse because it's a gallon size bag and my purse ain't that big, right? So I asked my mother, Ma, do I need my driver's license and all that stuff to get onto the boat, or is it when I get off the boat at a port? Because I honestly did not know because I hadn't been on one in so long. And she said, no, I think it's just when you get off in the port. I said, are you sure? Because the stuff is in my suitcase in the back of the car. And she said, and no, it doesn't say that you need it, like on our tickets and stuff. She said, it doesn't say that you need it. She said, but we're going to carry our bags up onto the boat anyway, so it doesn't matter. And I said, okay, fine. So we get to the port and my stepfather decides. So there was mistake number one. Mistake number two, my stepfather suddenly decides when we get there, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and have them just bring our bags up onto the boat for us. I don't want to carry our bags. So there was mistake number two. Because, of course, he's like, nobody get out of the car. Because my kids are like, I want to get out of the car. And he's like, nobody get out of the car. So he unloads all the bags. I was not even thinking about it. And I didn't say a word. No, my mom didn't say, I mean, he was sitting right there when we had that discussion. So it's not like we were like having some secret conversation about if I needed my birth certificate or not, right? So we get over to the thing to get on the boat. And the guy says, I need your birth certificate. And I'm like, oh shit. I run back outside because it's like right there. I run back outside. And because they are platinum members, guess whose baggage already got loaded onto the ship that fast? Oh my God. And, oh Jesus, it was such a nightmare. He went ahead, I'm like about in tears. I'm like trying to figure out what can I do. the lady was like doing everything she could to help me. She said, is there, do you have a copy of it at your house? Is there somebody that could go to your house and send you a picture of it? Because we just need this, we could see a picture, blah, 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 blah. And the only one who had access to my apartment was my frickin' sister. My one that I just said that we don't really, if we weren't family, basically we wouldn't talk to each other. Yeah, get this shit. I called this heifer, right? And I told her what was going on. And I'm like, is there any way you can go over to my apartment? I said, I can tell you exactly where the other copy of my birth certificate is. And she goes, I'm at work right now. Sorry, good luck. And hangs up. This bitch is a waitress at Cheesecake Factory. It's not like she's out there saving lives or anything like that. I was so pissed off. My mom was pissed off. Oh my God. I was like, you know what? See if I ever do a fucking thing for her again. Oh, I was so mad. Anyway. So long story short, my stepfather goes on the boat because they said if you can find it yourself, like if somebody else in my party could find my suitcase and get the birth certificate and take a picture of it and send it to our phone, then that would, we could email it to them and that would be fine. So he, because they were sending somebody out to look for one of their staff members, they were sending them out to look for the suitcase, but they were so busy loading like 5,000 pieces of luggage and all that stuff. And he went ahead and went on the boat. He went up to the floor we were staying on and he started searching for my bag. Luckily, he found it. The only reason he even knew what it looked like was because it was a brand new suitcase that my mom had bought for me for the trip, and she took a picture of it and sent it to me to show me what it looked like. So we had a picture of this suitcase. So he was using that to hunt my suitcase down. And so he managed to find it and sent a picture to my mom because, of course, I don't have a signal in that area, so I couldn't send or receive anything. And we got it all straightened out. That was my most memorable vacation memory. Not my fondest, but that was definitely the most memorable. Anyway. So, word to the wise, if you don't have a passport and you're going on a cruise, dear God, make sure that you have your birth certificate and your any other identification that you need on you until you get on that frickin' boat. After that, I didn't need it. It was just to get on the boat. Okay. Let me see. What am I at? 28. What are your morning and evening routines? So my evening routine, I'm just going by like, my work day. So my evening routine, I'm going to start with that. I get home, and this is my evening routine, like, I don't know, I guess so with or without the kids, I come home, I have dinner, and I take a shower. If I have my kids, I make sure that their homework gets done. Most of the time, my older one will do his homework while he's in the aftercare program at school. So he doesn't usually have homework. Make sure that they both take baths. And, that's it. I kind of putz around and do do some type of little crafty thing, unless I'm really tired. But I try to do some kind of little crafty thing in the evening hours, play on my phone, like play a game on my phone for a little while. And I make sure that I have my lunch ready for the next day because I don't like getting up early. So to prep for the next day, I make sure that I shower and that I get my lunch ready. Because in the morning, I get up, I wake the kids up if I have them, yell at them 5 million times to get up and get dressed, make their breakfast, make my coffee, I get dressed, I do my makeup, throw my food in my lunchbox, make sure they eat their breakfast, and then we head off to school. So, well, I take them to school and then I go to work. I love my sleep. I'm not a morning person, so I try to minimize the things that could happen. The little trash trowel's got some knobs. I don't know if it's going to show that. See? See right there? I think I've only had like 3 so far that have been like that, so that's pretty good. Anyway, I try to minimize the activities that will cut into my sleep time in the morning. Try to do those at night if I can, so that I can sleep in as long as possible, because sometimes I do like to play the chicken game of how late can I sleep in before I am late for work. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, oopsies, I think I might have kicked my stand that my camera's on. Sorry. I don't really have much of a life, so yeah. Let me see. Do you have any, 29, do you have any bad habits? I talk a lot. Duh. I ramble a lot, which you've seen, heard. A bad habit I do have is, as soon as I have any extra money, I like to start purchasing things that can get me into trouble. So I don't like to purchase things that can get me into trouble. I'm saying that the fact that I like to purchase things can get me into trouble. Motherfucker. Oh my God. That's the first time I've done that in such a long time. Holy shit. Oh, I'm so pissed. All right. So anyway, well, let's clean this mess up. It like got all, hold on. Let me bring this down so you can see why I'm so pissed. Ah, God. Damn it. I don't care if you don't like the cussing. I don't care. I'm pissed. Mother. Anyway, so I'm just going to keep talking while I clean this up. Because, I mean, it's spilled, but it's not awful. Could have been a lot worse. I'm cleaning the ones up that fell in my lap first. So anyway. One bad habit. Oh, okay. So there's another bad habit of mine. I cuss a lot. That's not going to change. I can work on it, but that's not going to change. It's just, you know. I mean, I can help it, but I don't want to help it. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. I don't care. If people don't think it's ladylike, I don't care. I'm going to cuss anyway, because I can. I'm an adult. All right. Here, y'all want to see what I'm doing? Oopsies. This really pisses me off. So anyway, one bad habit that I used to have that I don't anymore is smoking. I quit smoking like a month ago. February, let me do this. February 5th. Was my last day of smoking. So it's been a month. Go me. It was honestly, it was not as hard as I thought it was going to be. I have tried quitting before and have been unsuccessful, which is weird because I started smoking when I was 26. I was working in the emergency room. Yes, I know. I was already a nurse and I was working in a hospital. And yes, I saw the patients come in with respiratory distress and blah, 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 blah because of their smoking. Yada, yada, yada. I know. I started actually smoking after a really stressful code. Person was in their late teens, basically a kid. Family came in. God, they were so upset about everything. It wasn't even drug related. It was just some underlying medical condition the poor kid had that nobody knew about. And it was extremely hard for everybody. And I was standing outside with one of the nurses that was in that code with me, and she was smoking. And she was like, you know what? She said, you look like you could, here, just take a drag. It might help you. Relax. And, cause I mean, it was literally like I had been a nurse for like almost a year. And that was, at the time, that was one of the worst things I had seen. Not the worst thing, you know, after that, but, so anyway, that's how I started smoking. All right, I think I got them all up. So, there we go. All right, let me see if I can get this lid back on without dropping these again. That was so, Anyway, so I've tried quitting over, so anyway, I tried quitting over the years and I was unsuccessful. There we go. That's where I was like, where was I going with that? And I kind of surprised that I was unsuccessful because, you know, when the hospital that I worked at, when I started smoking, you could smoke anywhere. They didn't care. And so we would just, you know, run out the door of the ER into the ambulance bay and, you know, grab a cigarette real quick and then be on our way. That's where I learned how to smoke. I could smoke a 100. That's the longer cigarette. I could smoke a 100 in the time it takes most people to smoke 2 shorts. I would suck that thing down as fast as I could. And then they changed their thing so that you could only smoke in one section of the hospital. And it was halfway down, like between the ER and the front door of the, like, front entrance of the hospital. So then I went from being able to go outside basically once an hour to 3 times in my 12-hour shift. I would go out like sometime mid-morning. I would go out at lunchtime, and then I would go out in the afternoon in my 12-hour shift. And then they went to where they were a smoke-free campus, and you couldn't smoke at all anywhere. And I just didn't. I would go 13 hours without smoking, and I would be fine. And I quit when I had my kids. Like when I was pregnant, I didn't smoke. So I don't really know why I couldn't just quit. I don't know. It was very weird, but I was ready this time. This time I was like, you know, I really do need to quit. I'm getting older, and it's just, you know, I don't like the smell. I don't like the way it makes me smell. You know, it's like I would have to like wash my hands and my face and brush my teeth and pretty much almost take another shower if I felt like I smelled it in my hair when I would go to bed. And I think that's kind of really what was just the kicker for me. It was like I didn't like anything about it except for the fact that I got to step away from work for a few minutes. That was really the only thing I enjoyed about it anymore. So I used the lozenges to get through those little nicotine cravings that I did get. I have lozenges still, but I haven't been using them. So yeah, I'm supposed to be using them like constantly for like 6 weeks. And I stopped using them like a week ago, and I'm doing pretty good. I'm going to take them with me when we go on vacation, just in case. Because I do use them occasionally. So I'm going to take some with me when we go on vacation, just in case. But I think I'll be okay. So yeah. And let's see, 30. Tell us one thing about you that we wouldn't know. Okay, so when I did this before, I didn't really know how to respond to that. So I just gave you a little fun fact about myself. I can say the alphabet backwards. Learned how to do it when I was a child through Sesame Street. And I shall demonstrate that for you now. ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKJIHGFEDCBA. Boom. It's, you know, that it's a completely useless piece of knowledge. I mean, that really, you know, it does nothing to better my life except for the fact that I can do something that a lot of people in this world cannot do, which is say the alphabet backwards. I don't think that helps me at all in my life. But, you know, you never know. You never know. So, anywho. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. And I hope y'all enjoyed listening to me ramble. If you are new to my channel and you would like to see more of my craziness, then go ahead and, oh God, here I go yawning again, Jesus. Sorry. If you want to see more, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and the bell to be notified anytime I put a video up. If you liked what you saw, then go ahead and give me that thumbs up button. And if you didn't like it, go ahead and give me a thumbs down. If you have any questions or any comments or anything like that, leave them down below. If you have a question, I will answer it to the best of my ability. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.